you're not listening to Pubcast, the terrorists are winning. That's what Jay Moore says.
Welcome to the Pubcast. Sit down and enjoy a pint.
Welcome to part 2 of our 2-part Casino Royale episode. And for this one, Ian joins Allison and myself as we break down Casino Royale. And the first episode saw us talk mostly about what we liked, our favorite parts, a lot of trivia, and also some, we did a little Bond Girl game, so that was fun. This episode focuses more on the recasting issues and also the how much are they worth game. Since Ian was new to this, I thought might not do super well on the how much are they worth game, but as usual, I didn't fare so well, so I think Ian was all right. So you'll have to check it out toward the end. And without further ado, we wrap up Casino Royale.
Better close the door. It's time to recasturbate.
I'll go through the list, and then at the end, if you have any people to add, any randoms,
I've got a couple. I got a couple good ones.
We invariably go off of this list all the time. We have tangents constantly.
Uh-huh.
All right, James Bond. Eric, do you want to start? You want me to start? Al, do you want to start?
I'll give my names for Bond, I guess.
All right.
I'm going to preface this by saying I struggled with the casting of this movie more than any other that we've done.
Wow, really?
Well, this movie was essentially just made.
Right.
So it's try and recast it now is just.
That's what a caveat
I had a hard time with it.
We have to have is that every other movie we've talked about has been 30 years old or more.
Yeah, I mean,
this is only 15 years old.
Yeah.
So all these actors are still out and about.
It's a solid generation difference, though. I mean,
yes, except the guy playing Bond is still playing Bond.
I know, but he's an oldie sour at this point. Like, this is like when he's first coming in. But I didn't have as big of an issue, I don't think, as you guys did.
We're not trying to cast Point Break, and Swayze's still playing Bodhi. Like, well,
I know.
But that's why Eric and I had difficulty with this one.
So, before we start, the criteria that I use, I know it was self-imposed. First of all, I figured out what the age of the actor was when he made the movie.
We usually try to stay close to the age.
Yeah. Because I wrote everyone's age down. I had to eliminate people based on that.
Yeah.
Then, if it was a brunette, I try to get a brunette. If it was a black guy, I try to get whatever.
We will often swap genders. We'll often swap races. If we think that person makes sense, we often will go off the reservation.
Yeah. And the reason I did it is usually in a casting situation, there's a lot of people that look similar because they're looking for a certain look.
Right.
And that's what I base my names on.
Famously, I think I cast Tilda Swinton as the Terminator. So we will go off of type as far as we need to.
Okay. There's no rhyme or reason. That's what reality, because you have to funnel it in somehow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this is gonna be fun.
Yeah, I have so many names for every one of these.
So, all right, Eric, throw out your handful of James Bond.
All right. The most obvious one, not only for this group, but just for recent Bond casting talks or rumors, I'll say Tom Hardy.
Really? Oh my gosh, I don't have him.
I don't have him. No way.
Wow. Okay, I got him somewhere else, but I don't have him here.
I don't have him because he's too much of a lunatic. He's out of control.
Okay.
He would do a Bane voice out of nowhere. But also,
all right, go. Yeah.
But he works. I guess in this movie because like they keep referring to Bond sort of as like a blunt instrument at this point. He's not the refined gentleman that he becomes later on. So in this case, I think a Tom Hardy could work even though I don't like him as a Bond going forward.
Yep.
But in this particular movie could work.
Okay.
And then I have just a couple of the other sort of popular choices nowadays. Tom Hiddleston
That's who I got. Yeah.
And I have Richard Madden.
Who is that?
He was in Game of Thrones. He was in he was in Rocket Man. He was Elton John's manager.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's one of the front. He's one of the kind of front runners.
He's Scottish, so that's cool.
Yeah.
I think you have to. I don't think you can. I think you have to be British for this thing.
But the only
I don't even like the fact that they offered it to Hugh Jackman. An Australian.
I know.
Australia doesn't cut it for me either.
See, the problem with Richard Madden for me is he was 90. He would have been 19 years old. So today.
So, like, if you're remaking Casino Royale today, who would you cast as James Bond?
See, I did this completely wrong then. I didn't do it that way.
Yeah, so you're recasting that movie with today's
So
modern
he's a
actor.
34-year-old now.
Right.
So I did it.
Right.
I did it
okay.
recasting based on their age 15 years ago.
Oh, the characters.
Okay.
That's how I did it.
You are going in a time machine to recast in 2006.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Fine.
so I did it different.
It's all right.
So that's why my names are going to be completely different.
All right, that's okay. That'll actually be fun, though.
That'll be interesting. Yeah, that'll make it interesting.
Every round.
We'll do Ian's last.
For every character.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So mine, I had Tom Hiddleston as well. I had Henry Golding, totally changing it.
Yeah.
And then
Dry Eye from the Gentleman.
Yeah. Damn it. And then, I just said this guy to you. He is like the new buzz of who should be James Bond is Roger Jean Page. He's the lead character in Bridgerton, the new Netflix series. Super hottie, perfect age, right temperament.
Yeah, that's good. I only had two names. One, I thought he was going to be too old. He looks younger than he is, I think. And I think he could work. He's my backup. Killian Murphy from Peaky Blinders.
I got him.
Yeah.
I got him somewhere else.
I thought about him. I did think about him, but
he can work. I overlooked him for a while. And I'm like, yeah, sure, fine. The guy I think works. He was turned down 15 years ago because he was too young. Henry Cavill.
Oh yeah.
I think he gets the job now.
Yeah. I forget that he's British, and he shows up on a list of people that you forget are British.
Yeah. He always plays an American.
Americans, yeah.
But I can remember more often. All right, Ian, give me your Bond from 2006.
All right, so I think my number one pick out of all these would be Christian Bale.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, yeah.
He would have been 31 in 2006.
I saw places where he was offered, but was that a rumor? Was he not offered? Like he may have been. He was likely in the mix, but I don't know if he was ever.
Did he just start yelling at people?
I don't know.
So, and this is where I throw in Idris Elba.
Yeah.
So he would have been
he would have been perfect.
He would have been 33.
Yeah.
He would have been.
Yeah, that would have been right in his wheelhouse then.
So the other three that I have from that time frame would be Colin Farrell. He would have been 29 years old.
Yeah.
Bradley Cooper would have been 31, and Orlando Bloom 29.
Orlando Bloom.
Yeah, I kind of remember there was the Orlando Bloom was in the conversation
shortly
when they
after
were casting it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then if I had to cast
so
it,
graceful.
if I had to cast it today, Zac Efron.
Oh, okay.
That
That's
works.
an interesting one.
Definitely has the looks. He's short. That's the only problem. But
I wonder if he's too short.
but they were just.
If 5'10" can make it, I think he might be all right.
I don't know how tall he is.
Oh, I'll tell you. He is. Let me guess. I'll be within an inch. I'll say 5'9".
5'8".
Wow.
Within an inch. I know. That's my party trick. Is that
That's
I know.
a superpower.
I know the heights of all celebrities within an inch.
Do you really? That's awesome. We're going to have to test you someday.
Yeah. Okay. Vesper Lind.
Okay.
So she was 25 years old when she was in the role.
Yeah. So, Eric, I'm going to go first on this one.
Okay.
I only had 2. I thought I could go long on this list, but I only have 2. I'm not sure who's number 1 on this. This is basically a tie. Emily Blunt. I thought she would be good at as being from the Treasury and British. Mm-hmm. And the second one I like because I like pairing her with Henry Cavill for, as you will see, obvious reasons, Gal Gadot.
Oh.
I want Wonder Woman and Superman as my James Bond and Vesper.
Nice.
That would be funny.
I think.
All right.
I think.
I didn't even think about her. Yeah.
In a vacuum,
I didn't think of her either.
Totally works, or could work.
Mm-hmm.
And then just the fun of that.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's fun. Okay.
All right. Who's next?
All right. I only came up with 2 names. My second choice, Haley Atwell, who's Agent Carter. And then
Agent Carter from Captain America.
Uh-huh.
And my choice would be Felicity Jones.
Oh, she's on my list. Yeah.
That too. I did think about that one.
So I had 3. I had Ella Purnell, who
I don't know her name.
You would recognize her face. She plays a character in Miss Peregrine's
What's her name?
something. Ella Purnell. She plays the girl who is weightless, that she has to wear the heavy boots in order to stay on the ground.
Is she not too young?
She
I don't know.
Be like, she's like in her mid-20s.
Yeah. In that movie, she looks more like
she's young. Yeah,
she looks like she's 17.
But now I think she's in her mid-20s. But why I liked her is that she is in the same movie of the actress who plays Vesper.
Eva Green.
Yeah. I had Felicity Jones as my number 2. My number 1 is Michelle Dockery, who plays.
You have an all-gentleman cast so far.
I know, but also she was in Downton.
Yeah.
So.
Michelle Dockery and Dry Eyes.
Yep.
Whatever his name
Yep.
is.
Henry Golding.
Yeah, you're casting a Guy Ritchie movie. Guy Ritchie does Casino Royale.
There's a lot of fast cutting in this.
Yeah.
In the editing.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're Ian, right?
Now we're at Ian.
I did mine.
All right, so my top 3. The first person that popped into my mind was Jennifer Connelly.
Yeah.
I think she would be good in the role. She could pull it off.
Oh, that's really good. 2006? Perfect.
The other 2, which are maybe a little more out there, but Eliza Dushku.
Yeah.
She's got a good look. I think she'd be good in the role.
Yeah.
Mila Kunis.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
She would be good as well. And then I have a couple more. Olivia Wilde.
Yeah. In that year, she'd be
I like
perfect.
that one.
Yeah.
She would have been 21.
Yep.
Catherine McPhee.
I don't know her.
She's from Idol.
American Idol contestant.
Yeah, the singer. Yeah.
And then Allison Brie.
Oh, yeah.
And then the last one I have, which is interesting, I put in Rachel Weisz or Rachel
His
Weisz.
wife?
Yeah.
His wife.
His actual wife.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
But she's British.
Yeah,
and
that's
she
good.
has the look.
I like that. I like that.
She totally could have worked.
I like that.
She would have been 35 at the time, but
Well,
based on how I did it.
Yeah, the character of Vesper, there's no reason for her to be any age, really. She could, the position she holds and what she's doing, she could be, she could be 22, she could be 42. Right?
Yeah.
True. Cool. All right. Allison, why don't you start this time with Le Chiffre?
Okay.
Chiffre.
All right.
This was hard, but one of my favorites.
I had a lot of names that I had written down and then crossed off as I was doing more research.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to just keep my 3.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with least to best.
Okay. So 3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1. Robert Pattinson.
Interesting.
I kind of like that one.
I mean, I struggle because he seems effeminate to me, but I think he could probably.
He's got such a.
He's Batman. He's Batman now.
Yeah, he's Batman. Did you see Tenet?
No.
I'm not saying he's great. He doesn't do much in that movie, but you can see him playing other roles, even Lashif, to me, from that movie, right? Yeah. You darken his hair up a little bit, he could be something.
Yep.
All right.
Number 2, James McAvoy.
Yeah, I like McAvoy.
And
I like him in almost anything.
Yeah. And then number 1, I had Killian Murphy.
Damn it.
James McAvoy, okay. Killian Murphy?
Yeah, with a C. Peaky Blinders, you ever see that show? No. He's the main guy.
Scarecrow from Batman.
Okay, let me do my Lashif. So this, I'm going to go in reverse order as well. 3, 2, 1. My 3 is the wild card. So here's where I get crazy and I go Tom Hardy as Lashif.
Okay.
There's a running joke with us is that Tom Hardy is the most unhinged actor and doesn't care. He'll just do whatever.
TGAF.
Doesn't give a fuck. And so we have any sort of weird like character. Tom Hardy always comes in there. So we always try to get him into every podcast. So that's just a throwaway almost. My number 2 for Lashif is he's a little young, but I think he would work. Bill Skarsgård.
Oh.
The guy who played It.
Yeah.
The guy from
that's a really good one.
What was the
Is he related?
Netflix. Yeah, they're all
Are all the Skarsgård related?
All
is this the whole family is
related.
just a acting machine?
Yes.
Yep. So, like the Baldwins and the
Swedish acting.
The Arquettes.
Yeah.
The Swedish Arquettes.
Matt Mikkelsen's Dutch, I believe, right?
Something like that.
Yeah. So that's, I mean, he's Swedish, Dutch.
Yeah.
I like that. And
he's good. What was the Stephen King show from Hulu, Al?
What? Yeah, I know it.
The Stephen King show on Hulu. That's what I've seen him in mostly. Okay, my number 1 Lashif is Tom Hiddleston.
What's the name of the town? That's what it is.
Shawshank?
Castle Rock? Castle Rock. Is it
yeah, he's in Castle Rock on Hulu. So I have Tom Hiddleston as my Lashif. Eric, you had him as Bond, right?
And I had him as, I have him as.
Yeah. Or you had
we
my
both
Bond.
did.
Yeah.
All right.
So Ian, you're Time Machine Lashif.
I tried to go with the European actor for the most part.
Yeah.
So here are my 4, and I'll leave my best, which I think is a slam dunk for last.
I love slam dunks.
Javier Bardem.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I think he would be good in that role.
I thought about casting him. I was a little against it because of his role in Skyfall. But
he was a great villain in that, by the way.
I know.
He was.
The first time I watched it, I'm kind of like, It felt a little bit too much, and then when I watch it more and more, I'm like, oh, it's really good.
Yeah, I think he would just he has a good way of expressing without saying anything.
So you had him as Lashif 15 years ago. Yeah. I almost had him as Lashif now too. So
wow. Yeah. Gerard Butler.
Yeah.
Could have pulled it off.
Yeah.
So another Dutch guy, Rutger Hauer.
Wait a minute.
He's dead, but he would have been.
He was alive and
he would have been 61.
Okay.
When a little old because Mads was 40 when he came off the role. So here's my slam dunk. I think he could step in. It's a no-brainer. He's brilliant.
Right.
Christoph Waltz.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Also another Bond villain.
Well, yes, Inspector, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's Blofeld.
Yeah. Yeah, he could do Lashif, no problem.
I mean, he would be brilliant in that because he's so sinister.
And especially, Lashif doesn't have to have really any physicality to him because he's a banker, basically, right? I mean, a gambler, but a banker.
Right.
Yeah.
I believe I saw that also he is the only one that has two kind of weird
physical deformities.
Deformities or abnormalities.
Two.
His inhaler, the breathing, and then the bloody eye.
Okay. I have to say this because we said this last night when we were watching it. As someone who carries around an inhaler, there's no goddamn way Lashif is laying that on a table and walking away to go back to his room.
Brendan was incredibly upset about that.
Least realistic thing in the whole movie, including the poker.
And if I could just digress for 1 second, it's a key. The inhaler is a key part of the series Your Honor. If anyone's watching that,
all right.
I'll
have to.
It's with
Cranston.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bryan Cranston.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, all right. I love that we all have totally different.
That's the fun of it.
It's okay.
And they're all good choices.
All right.
Eric, let's go back to you for your M.
I have not done my Lashif yet.
Oh, let's go back to your Lashif.
All right. I have 3 choices, and I'll do the same thing, lowest to highest. My number 3, I have him somewhere else where he's my okay. I did put this guy somewhere else, but Vincent Castle.
Who?
Vincent Castle. He was in. We just talked about a little while. He was in Ocean's 12. He was the.
Oh yeah.
That's
my number 2.
I think you should stop right there. I think that's.
I think that's a really good Lashif.
He's French. I think.
Yeah.
I'm done right there.
That is a really good one.
Quit while you're ahead. Vincent Castle. He was in Ocean's
12.
He's a dancer of some sort, ballet, I think. He's a good actor. He was in one of the Bourne Identities. Yeah. All right, keep going, Eric.
One. Wow, if that's your number 3, I can't wait for 2 and 1.
I know.
Yeah. My number 2 is a bit out there. Lambert Wilson. He played the Merovingian in the Matrix movies.
Yeah. I don't know why that's funny, but it is. Yep.
And then
since that movie.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then another one, I guess. Yeah. Michael Fassbender.
Oh,
that's a good one. That's a good one.
Why is he not on my radar?
There's so many people.
Actually,
he could have been up for Bond. He could have been up for Lashif. He could have been for Felix. I mean,
yeah,
he's so good. He could have been up for Vesper.
Oh my God, he has great cleavage. All right. Okay. So you're last. All right, Eric. Double down and give us your M.
Okay. Like I said before, I struggled a lot with. I had a hard time with this casting, so I sort of stuck to the form of the movie. So I thought about maybe going back to an M can be anybody, man or woman, it doesn't matter. But
I stuck to the formula of the movie for the most part as well. I mean,
that's what I did here. So the 3 names that I have, the first 2 are in no particular order. For my M, this one's for you, Brendan. Tilda Swinton.
I had her too.
I have her too.
I purposely didn't put her down because of that.
I didn't even know you guys had this fascination with her, and I had her on the list.
She's
a badass.
She's so great. Yeah. She's perfect for a no-nonsense person in that position.
Yeah. I think I like that better than the ones I have.
I think I have the slam dunk for M. Hopefully no one says it.
I think I have 2 slam dunks. I have a third, maybe. Go ahead. Sorry, Eric.
That's fine. My next one, Helena Bonham Carter.
Oh, damn it. That's a good one.
That's good.
And then
I always forget that she is sort of aged into that category now. She's no longer a younger version of herself. She's now, I don't know, mid to late 50s, mid 50s, right?
Is she?
Yeah.
At least.
And then my last one, who pretty much kind of would slide right in there, is Helen Mirren.
I was going to put her down, but I didn't. I resisted.
So I'm going to go because you just stole my Helen Mirren.
Yep.
So Helen Mirren.
That's Helen Mirren at 63.
Helen Mirren.
She's also a dame.
Yep.
Was my number one.
That was my number one.
So I'm now moving her to number 2.
I like that you have her down for the 2006 casting of it too.
Right,
so
well,
we got her now.
She's been the same age for 46 years.
She would have been 60 at the time. Judi Dench was 71.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Helen Mirren was my number 1. I'm going to downgrade her just because Eric had her. I can't duplicate it. So my number 2 becomes my number 1.
Okay.
My number 3 stays the same.
Okay.
Number 3, I have a bit of a wild card. She's not British.
Wow.
Kathy Bates.
Okay, I love that. I didn't break that down. I originally put that down and I thought about it, but I agree.
Kathy Bates in 2020, 2021, I think can pull off.
Yeah.
So my number 2 would then be Helen Mirren. My number 1 by default now is Meryl Streep.
Mm.
Well, Meryl can play any character.
Right.
So
she could be Bond.
Right. I also had her down as Mathis.
She could be a black man in Vietnam.
That's right.
I have her doing the Eddie Murphy thing where she plays multiple roles, and she is actually M. Mathis and Lashif.
Oh, perfect.
I would love to see Meryl Streep's Lashif.
All right. So I had 3. Tilda Swinton got stolen. So I've got 2. Tilda Swinton would have been fantastic. I'm not sure if I had her as number 2 or number 1.
Yeah.
But the other 2 I had were Emma Thompson.
I had her and I scratched her out.
Oh, that's a good one.
It's one of my tops.
That's a good one.
Number 1 that I think she's number 1 no matter. I love this actress and I think she can play any age.
I know who it is.
Who is it?
I know who it is.
It's Olivia Colman.
It's The Crown.
Yeah.
Olivia.
Yes.
I can't think of her name.
I considered her at one point.
She is absolutely delightful. I think she could play the right amount of sarcasm and badassery that would work with James Bond.
Yeah. She can play 35 to 65.
Yeah.
Probably, right?
Yeah.
I mean, somewhere in there.
That's awesome.
All right, Ian, time travel for us.
All right, so
you said like half of yours already.
Well, I got a few on here that I think they could do it, but so I'll start out with my ones that are least likely. Jamie Lee Curtis. It's kind of a weird choice, but I think I did it because of age, and I think she could pull it off.
Mm-hmm.
And haircut.
Does she have to eat like the healthy gut yogurt while she's doing it?
Another kind of odd choice, but I think is Beverly D'Angelo.
Oh,
I haven't seen her in so long, but this is 15 years ago.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
All right. So here's a couple that I think are would be really good based on their character actors. Christine Baranski. She could be a good M because she's good at playing a bitch.
Christine Baranski? I don't know who that is.
Well, she's been.
I hate her so much. You know who it is. She's like a Whoville person.
Yeah.
She's in the Who.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she's
I think you're right. I dislike her and everything.
Yeah, I do too.
Well, that's kind of the character, right? I mean,
right.
Emma's not really that.
Yeah, no, I think
you're not wrong about your choice.
I have a personal vendetta against her, but I get it.
Will she break into song while she's?
Another good one, which because she's also British, is Kristen Scott Thomas.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Really good one. That's a really good one.
I still have a few more too.
How did I miss that?
So
wait, I have to.
Brendan's
I have to internalize this one.
That's a really good one.
This is going to sound weird. Well, maybe not that weird. Kristen Scott Thomas in 2006.
Yeah.
Is she too attractive to play M?
No.
She would have been 45.
When was Mission Impossible the first one? 90 something, right?
6, I think.
It says 10 years later. Okay. All right.
That's a really good one. I
like this next one too, just because she's British, but she does mostly comedy. But Joanne Lumley, do you know who she is? She's from the.
I see her. I bet I know her.
Yeah.
Joanne.
She's from the.
Absolutely fabulous.
Yes,
right?
Oh my god.
Wait a minute.
She could definitely pull it off.
She's 74 now. Okay,
she would have been 50. She would have been 59.
Okay, yeah. Okay, all right. Yeah, 15 years ago. Yes. Now
I don't. No. I only know her from that show, so
and
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Wolf of Wall Street. She was the aunt.
Yes.
Oh,
she looked good in that actually.
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
She was the aunt.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so my top two.
All right.
Because Helen Mirren was my number one.
You know, there's a list of 16 people for M.
But I'm not sure which one is the top. But Lynn Redgrave.
Yeah. I thought about her.
Would have been good.
Mission Impossible connection right there with her, I think. One of the Redgraves.
Well, that's Vanessa Redgrave.
This would be my number one is Imelda Staunton.
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
Another English broad.
That's a good one. I like that one.
Plus, you know, she's the queen.
I considered her.
Yeah, I did too. I looked at her as well. And Lynn Redgrave also is a good choice.
Imelda Staunton, I didn't pick this is either dumb or I just weird. I didn't put her on my list because I thought she was too close to the existing M. She was too dead of a ringer, or could be, you know?
Yeah. No, I mean
too dead of a ringer.
I don't know how to explain it exactly, but
it wasn't enough of a difference.
It was too on the nose.
It was like
a
a twin sister.
Yeah. Good God, we have at least 3 more left.
This is fun. This is awesome.
Everyone,
because everyone's got such different.
Limit your ideas to let's say 5 each.
I have less.
Let's just.
I have a lot less for everybody else.
Right.
I have 2 or 3 for everybody else.
Mathis. Okay. Al, you go first. I only have one.
I only have
one choice.
I do have 3. So for Renee Mathis, he might be too old, but I like the character of. I like this guy having to figure out what to do with the bodies. Right?
All right.
Brendan Gleeson.
Oh, yeah. He's good. I mean, he's good in anything.
Yeah.
He would be great in 2006.
I know. Number 2, Tom Hardy.
No. I considered it. I thought about it.
And number 1, Gary Oldman.
Ooh.
Come on.
That's pretty good.
Yes, of course.
He's one of my favorite actors. He's a great actor. It's almost too small of a role for him now.
Okay, for people who are listening at home, I just threw my clipboard across the room because I had one and only one name written down, and it was Gary fucking Oldman. I thought I had a secret little.
I would have never thought of him. That's amazing.
I think he's the only choice,
right.
And damn it! All right, Eric.
I really only have one name, and this is the other place, and I like him better here. This is the other place where I had Vincent Castle.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
sure,
good too.
I guess.
Yeah.
Damn it. He's fine.
And I just put down 2 names because I just not something I researched until I just sat down here. So my first person I put down was Andy Garcia.
Oh, that's good. He looks like he can have a body. Yeah.
And the second one
is that the criteria?
Yes.
All right.
The second one is more on a looks basis because I don't know how he acts or not. But his name is Jonathan Goldsmith. But you know him as the most interesting man in the world.
The most interesting man in the world. Died in 2000. No, he did not die. He's alive, right?
Should be alive.
Yeah, it's really good.
First appearance, 2006. Perfect.
That's funny.
I'm kind of on board with that.
I have no idea if he can act, but
I think
he looks the part.
That's a sneaky good choice. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Gary Oldman's good.
Okay.
He's got some new movie coming out too, by the way.
Eric did his already, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Felix Leiter. I have 2 and only 2. And again, this movie I stuck to the formula with gender, with race, with everything as much as possible. I don't know why exactly, but I went for the look almost more than anything else. So Felix Leiter, my number 2 is I have trouble pronouncing this name.
You must have the same guy then.
Chiwetel Ejiofor.
Yep.
He was my number 1.
I like him in almost anything.
I do too.
If I can shoehorn him in there, I think that's good.
By the way, as you were beginning to talk, I looked up his name again so I could get the phonetic pronunciation.
I can always see the letters, but I never know how they combine to.
Chiwetel. Chiwetel.
So I like him. My number 1 is along the same lines. I'm trying to think. He's number 1. Yes. It's really a close race between these two. Him or Donald Glover. I think Donald Glover is my number 1.
I love a good part for Donald Glover. Yeah.
I think he is a little bit of a young Jeffrey Wright in this this part. Yeah.
All right, so I'll jump in. So I have kind of a wild card in this.
I like wild cards.
But you have to kind of remember the type of characters that he's played before in his voice.
Forget that. I can't.
Mekhi Phifer.
How do you spell Mekhi?
Oh.
Mekhi Phifer.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
All right. So I also had Chiwetel Ejiofor.
Yeah, we're butchering that name.
Yep. My other wild card.
Wait.
I have 2 wild cards.
2 wild cards and a third, a first place?
No.
How many names do you
my
have?
first place is the one that I can't pronounce after 4 old fashions.
We're gonna call him Shy.
Yeah. Chiwetel.
Okay.
All right. My other wild card, but I like him in this part, is Bradley Whitford.
As Felix?
Yes.
In 2020?
Yes.
Okay. I like him as I put him as a Mathis. No?
No.
All right.
I like
being the American
CIA
guy that's coming in and is whispering to Vesper about what's happening in the poker game. That's Bradley Whitford.
That's Mathis.
No,
it's Mathis.
No, we're doing Felix. He's a
Felix is his
Jeffrey
buddy.
Marino. He's the black guy.
Yeah, I know.
Felix is Jeffrey Wright.
He's the one.
But he's also playing the card.
He's the CIA agent.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
All right.
She's confusing.
I'm confusing.
The two.
Yes, but I know who's. I'm casting Jeffrey Wright's part, so I know that. However, I still like him for the part he'd be playing at the poker table. He's also. I like him as the American CIA guy.
I like him in 2006. That's my only.
He's too old.
Yeah, and that's my only thing. But we're going with the Chiwetel anyway, so it doesn't matter.
I have a wild card. That was my first one. Is Chiwetel.
Yeah.
Okay.
But this would be my other guy, Anthony Mackie.
Brendan loves an Anthony Mackie.
I try to put Anthony Mackie in every movie, but I didn't hear. So you got him. I'm pro Anthony Mackie.
That's all I got.
I love it. Great.
All right.
Okay. I don't know if anybody else casted this guy, but I'm going to throw one out.
Okay.
And then we'll just do a rapid fire, whoever you have for anything else. I've got Demetrios.
I haven't given my Felix yet.
Oh, sorry. Felix. I can't keep track of Eric, so feel free to jump in.
Yeah. I've got a couple of names that I threw in there, and the one who's my number one choice is completely out of right field. But I tossed around Terrence Howard.
Oh,
good.
Jamie Foxx.
Okay.
I was trying to. My criteria for picking somebody is the delivery of the line, keep the fruit.
Yeah. Yeah. I think you're right. I think that's, in this movie, it defines the character.
Yeah. And so my number one choice, and I know I'm going to get a reaction to this, is Michael J. White.
I don't know who that is.
He played... he was in The Dark Knight. He was Gamble, the black mob boss.
The black guy who wanted to pull the Joker's head off.
Yep.
He's ripped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He played Mike Tyson in a movie. He also played he played what's the comic book character?
Spawn.
Spawn. Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah. I love in my mind that guy delivering the line. Yeah, keep the fruit. That's my guy.
I think that's kind of sneaky good. Yeah. I wouldn't have pulled that, but I think that's not bad.
I would not have thought of him, but he's good.
I do like the idea. In the book, this is not the case, but I like the idea of Felix being black.
Yes.
In Ian Fleming's world, everyone is white and everyone is straight. Let's be clear who Ian Fleming is. That's who he was. We can do that. That's a whole different podcast is explaining Ian Fleming's likes and dislikes. But
he was an old white guy.
Yeah, he was pretty severe. But that's why I cast dark skin with dark skin.
He might have been a Trump supporter.
It made sense. Oh, definitely. Trump is a little too mainstream for what this guy was going for. All right. Demetrios, I'm going to throw mine out. If you didn't cast him, it's fine. If you did, then we'll go with you. But after Demetrios, then it's just a round robin of free-for-all. Demetrios, I had one guy only, and I said Oscar Isaac.
Oh, yeah.
Again, trying to cast for look, I was trying to get someone who is, for lack of a better term, swarthy. I don't know what I'm looking for there exactly, but
yep.
I'm looking for Oscar Isaac. Yeah, that's my guy. There you go. Did anybody else put him down?
Did not.
I did not.
I did not cast a Demetrios.
All right.
I did. You didn't cast any?
No.
Nope.
I have 3 people for this guy.
Go for it. Eric
Bogosian.
Yeah. Ooh.
Interesting.
Remember, it's time travel.
Yeah.
That's even better.
John Turturro.
Yeah.
And my last one, Sasha Baron Cohen.
Oh, because
he's also in that series where he plays a.
I like that then and now. Mm-hmm. I think Sasha is a good one.
Even though he dies in it, it's still.
Yeah.
That's good. That's it. I like.
I didn't look. They all had the curly hair, like the guy.
Yeah, right. It's kind of what we both did. You're playing the type at some point.
Yeah. So the only other person I cast was Solange.
Yeah, I considered going that way, but in my opinion, the answer was any good-looking chick with dark hair. I don't know what I was doing, but
that's pretty much what I did too. Or somewhat of a European look.
Yeah.
So I did Nina Dobrev.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, you don't know who that is?
If I saw her, I'm sure I know her, but.
All right, we have a shit Dobrev. There you go.
Dobrev. Oh.
She was in Entourage.
Yeah, right. Okay. Good, great.
Alexandra Daddario. Do you know who she is?
Oh, yeah, I have her too.
Daddario or Dabario?
Yeah, she was in Percy
Daddario.
Jackson.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Dadd. I know who she is. Okay.
That's so funny. We have the same person. Okay.
Then what I thought was a slam dunk was Sophia Vergara.
Oh.
Yeah. In 2006.
She would have been, 33.
Right.
Who probably doesn't fit it, Salma Hayek. I kind of put her in there because it's just based on looks. And then the other one, which is kind of funny, is Miranda Cosgrove.
Oh, my God.
Wait. Who's Miranda Cosgrove?
Here you go.
Yeah, right.
iCarly,
right.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Well, I mean, she would have been 27, and Solange or Katrina Marino was 28 when she did the role.
Wait a minute.
This is not from 2006.
iCarly is not 27 in 2006.
Yeah.
Get out of
She
here.
might be 27 now.
She's 20 now. She is.
Oh, yeah. I guess I wrote that down wrong.
She would have been a child.
Yeah, so she would have been.
That would have been a totally different
12.
movie.
That was
iCarly,
Totally different movie.
12 years old on a horse.
Yeah, she would have been. What's the movie?
School of Rock came out
School of
like
Rock,
a year before
School
that.
of Rock.
School of Rock, Miranda Cosgrove.
So actually, so Miranda Cosgrove would be if we did it now, today.
So
which I think that she's beautiful. Actually,
Yeah.
Sure. Oh, it's so funny.
For Solange, I had Alexandra Daddario.
No way. Awesome.
Yeah, I did.
Wow.
I had Rachel Bilson.
Ooh, that's good.
And
like
then
that.
my number
So
one
small.
was Zoe Kravitz.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. I wrote down Solange and then took it off because it was too many people. I couldn't handle it. All right. Any other wild card characters you have to
Oh,
add?
I definitely do.
Feel free, Al. This is
All
your
right.
time. Yeah.
So,
Here's her
Mr. White.
Instagram. She's nuts.
Mr. White.
Really?
Yeah.
You picked Mr. White.
He's in it for like 30 seconds.
I have three kind of characters.
Can I guess one of yours?
Yes.
Oh, you could do this. This will be amazing.
I'll be shocked if if one of her people isn't this guy.
Oh my God.
Cranston.
Oh,
Bryan
no.
Cranston.
Damn
Definitely
it.
not.
I've done this twice to myself in the past week.
All right. So for Mr. White, I have
Damn it.
William Fichtner.
Yeah.
Who,
Fichtner. Yeah.
I've written really small.
No,
so he was in Armageddon.
Yeah.
He was in Go. He was in a lot of different movies. I have Gerard Harris, who was in Mad Men. Brendan, if you were to look him up, you would know exactly who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of teeth in that smile.
Based on that.
Yep. Fassbender. I know.
You could put him so many places.
I know.
He's such an
And then the number one that I have, he might be a little young, but he's got kind of a scrappy look about him, which is Jimmy Simpson, who plays the
Jimmy Simpson.
I didn't expect that reaction.
Look that up. I'm sorry. Mr. White?
It's kind of this stand up. Oh my God.
Jimmy Simpson.
How old? He's so young.
For one, Mr. White is, let's call him 57. Right?
He looks old
he's
to
45. He would have been 30.
No, we're making it now. It's perfectly fine.
Hang on, though.
Oh my word.
Would you describe Mr. White as scrappy?
No. She almost lost her. We're old fashioned. No.
I mean,
he's far from scrappy. He's
sort of angular, sort of, to me, Bryan Cranston-ish, but British. He's a lot of things, but scrappy. So, okay, good. Great.
All right.
Next. Awesome.
I don't know that they ever say the name in the movie, but Valiers, who is
Valiers.
That's the character name. So he is the guy that when we rewatch it, he's like the assistant of M.
The kid,
yeah,
who gets constantly shit on by M. Yeah, right. He's
great. He is in
Wait, you
Outlander,
and I recognize the actor.
Yeah, I made comment about it last night. Like, I forgot he was in this movie. So the two people I would cast there are Max Minghella, who is the kind of jerky guy from the Fraternity and Social Network. And then the other guy, Brendan, this is for you, and I'm going to butcher his last name, is Richard Ayotte, who is from the IT.
The It Crowd?
The It Crowd, yeah.
Richard,
the It Crowd, yeah. He's got kind of big curly hair.
How do you spell his last name?
Ayotte.
Yeah. Ayotte. He's a British comic, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that the recasting would extend to a guy who has a
30-second screen time.
A line and a half.
I know. I got two others. Only one only one character or one actor for each. One, Brendan, you and I actually talked about him last night as.
Are you recasting the dealers in the poker?
No, I'm recasting the banker. Like the guy who
the Switzerland guy.
Swedish guy Smiley.
And I like when he goes when he brings him the money, he's like, did you bring chocolates?
And the guy I put in there is
Swiss Smiley.
Is Matt Walsh, who is from
Veep. I don't even know where to go with that one.
The other one, I couldn't even find the name of the character.
You're going deeper than Swiss Smiley Banker, dude?
Only because I want to find a place for this actor to go anywhere, and that was the bald henchman.
Yeah. Right.
For Lashif.
Yes. Who I'm starting to, on this last rewatch, he's becoming my favorite character.
Anthony Kerrigan.
I don't know who it is.
Is that the black guy?
No, he's in Barry.
Isn't he? What? Wasn't he Powder?
No.
That's the guy. Yeah. He was not Powder.
No,
my God.
He looks like Powder.
The bald Russian knucklehead from Barry.
Yeah, with alopecia.
Oh my God.
They weren't Russian. It was some other weird.
No, whatever. Uzbekistani or something.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
For Christ's sake. God.
I'm
going to recast the bullet from the Bond scene.
I only thought of the banker because we both commented last night rewatching the movie about Guy Smiley. And I definitely thought of Anthony Kerrigan when I saw
Swiss chocolate smile banker. All right.
Eric, did you have any others?
I don't have any more.
Feel free. Okay.
Wait, before we move on, that actor, Anthony Kerrigan, I just looked him up. He actually has, in real life, the autoimmune disease, alopecia.
Yeah,
you can tell.
And he lost all of his body hair, and he was completely bald by age 30.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got no eyelashes, no eyebrows.
Why is he not in swimming?
It's like a dolphin.
You don't have to shave. It's perfect.
It's like he's human Teflon. Just flies through the water. Okay. But
I definitely thought of that guy when I was watching it last night. When I saw it, I'm like, oh my God. Please tell me this guy has a bigger part than he
any
has.
Number of bald guys, but that was not one of them.
The only part I can remember him. Wasn't it when they opened the trunk and the guys were in there? He's standing there.
Whenever you see anything with sheep related,
he's behind the scenes.
He's everywhere.
He's always like right there.
He went and said something too. That's right.
Everywhere. Okay. He's the guy who's doing the thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you have any others?
No, we're done. We're done. No more.
I want to recast the car.
God almighty. Oh, see, I want to do a whole podcast on the car because this is the car that I want. The 2006 DBS Aston Martin, the whole deal.
Yeah, it's
but
sweet, right?
we'll,
the one that they rolled 9 times.
This is, I know. Well, this is where we get into the Bond trivia that could become. This could be 4 hours.
4 other podcasts.
Yeah. So now we're down to memorable scenes and quotable lines.
Nice. I got some for that.
I wrote down almost nothing because I figured we could all just do this from memory. In my opinion, having seen this, and even in James Bond, all the movies, there's not tons of quotable lines. There's quotes you remember here and there, but it's not like it's Goodfellas or whatever it is. The only one that really stood out, I mean, there's probably a half dozen other ones that I'm not thinking of, but was the last line of the movie is the first time that Daniel Craig, James Bond, says the name's Bond, James Bond.
Because right before when he's on
the last
phone,
line of the movie.
The way they did it too, because he calls him and he's like, "Who is this?"
Shot Mr. White in the knees.
And it was like a good 30 seconds before he even said his name. It was so cool.
Crawls up George Clooney's stairs.
Yeah.
And then he's like, the name is Bond, James Bond. And so he's finally the guy, right? Yeah.
Fade to black.
Rest of the movie, to me, is not a ton of quotes. Scenes and stuff, sure. But the quotes, I didn't write down stuff. So, Ian, what you got?
Okay. I mean, this is kind of dumb, but I just kind of caught me by right in the beginning when the snake is battling the badger or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like,
Cobra and
stop touching your ear.
Yeah.
Stop touching your ear. And he's like, what? You know, I don't know why that just did. Stop touching your ear.
Carter, his fucking little lackey in Madagascar.
Yeah. So then later in the movie,
Double or Nothing.
Bond is talking to M, and he's like, I know your name, and he's getting ready to say it. She's like, utter one more syllable, and I'll have you killed. Yeah. And then Bond goes, well, first I thought you used a random a random assigned letter, and then I realized, and then she says the line.
I thought M was a randomly assigned letter. Mm-hmm. I didn't realize it stand for. And then she says,
and after she says that, I'll have you killed. Then he's like, "Well, 007s have a short life expectancy."
Yeah, that's good.
Cool.
It's good.
Okay, so I like when he first meets Vespa on the train.
You are calling her Vespa, just like I call her Vespa.
Sorry. Yeah.
Her name should be Vespa.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. I keep saying it because I'm thinking of the scooter. Yeah. But when they meet, she goes, "I'm the money," and he goes, "Every penny of it."
Perfect, right?
And just that whole banter between I didn't write anything else down, but that whole banter of them sizing each other up on the train, and it's great banter and a great exchange.
That exchange is why I thought for a second, and you thought you put on your list why Miranda, the girl from The Gentleman should be
agreed.
Vesper.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's
Michelle Dockery.
Michelle. Miranda, what am I doing?
Yeah, I don't know.
Miranda Cosgrove. Michelle Dockery.
Agreed. She could
class factotum.
That's her scene.
Could play that. Yeah.
The class factotum would work for the Treasury, I suppose.
I love the line when
factotum.
Christ.
I love the line when Bond wins the first pot against Demetrios, and he goes, "And leave the valet ticket." His car and stuff. That's a cool line.
I like the dealer in that scene because, the dealer in both areas, both poker situations, are real dealers.
Oh, really?
Real dealers who are then like.
Are they like high stakes dealers?
High stakes dealers, but they've graduated beyond dealer, but they have dealt. They're like.
What do you graduate beyond dealer to?
Pit boss or their poker room managers or whatever, but they have dealt and they know they're not just
casino host,
right?
So I just because I'm a chemist, I just liked when first they poison his drink, right? And he gets up and as he's walking out of the casino, he grabs a glass and the salt, which if people who don't know, if you drink too much salt water, it's an antiemetic, so it'll cause you to vomit.
Yeah.
Which he was trying to get. So I thought just that cool. They didn't explain it. He just
it's
did it.
It's a cool little like spycraft thing that hopefully those guys know, and it's good.
But then when he comes back, they go through that whole thing, and he practically dies, and he comes back, and
he does die.
His line was, "I'm sorry, that last hand almost killed me."
Right.
that was good.
So good.
Or just even is the first words out of his mouth when he wakes up in the car. He looks at her. He's like, "You okay?"
Yeah. That's why this movie is so good. It's out of control.
I think out of all the Bonds, before I say the next line I like, this is the one that developed the love interest of Bond the most. Like they showed the most depth of her character, and she was in the movie the most, and she was, so that was interesting to me. So I liked a lot of. It was different, and
this is the point of Casino Royale is that he established that's the love of his life. He lost her, and then since then he's just a knucklehead throughout 30 years of novels. Yeah, he is reacting to not having Vesper.
Yeah, no, it's great.
Yeah, it's great.
So the sequence is he's playing, he gets poisoned, he comes back from the dead, sits down, he wins, and then afterwards he's like, we need to celebrate. She's like, you almost died an hour ago. And then they go to dinner, and that's when he's drinking the cocktail again, and he goes, he names it Vesper.
Yeah.
And that's when he says, and she goes, because of the bitter aftertaste? And he's like, no, because once you've tasted it, that's all you want to drink.
And they both laugh at how cheesy of a line that is.
Yeah. Not any line in particular, but it was very interesting. The ball, like the testicle torture scene.
Oh yeah,
like that's just I never saw that.
And that is in the book too. Like that's a Ian Fleming creation 60 years ago.
Yeah. I like though the line in that scene, and I'm sorry if you're going to say this, which is, I love that you're going to die.
Scratching my balls.
So, he's even laughing.
Right.
That whole scene is great.
It's really great.
Well, at the end, when he kicks him over and he grabs a knife, he's like, I'm going to feed you what you seem not to value, or whatever. Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's great.
All right. So I think I just have one or two more. All right. So Vesper says, Vesper. Sorry.
No, you're right. Say Vespa. That's the right answer.
At the end of
the movie, a scooter going around the streets of Saigon.
I know.
Come on. If we can have all these other ridiculous names, why not Vespa? I mean, come on.
Yep.
Holly Goodhead, for Christ's sake.
So this could be considered cheesy, but it was kind of like this was kind of where they showed that their emotional connection or whatever between the two. Yeah. And she says to him, this is after he's like in the nursing home or whatever on Clooney's property, right? Or wherever they're there. Yeah. She goes, if all that was left of you were your smile and your little finger, you'd still be more of a man than anyone I've ever met. And then he goes, that's because you know what I can do with my little finger. And she goes, so I have no idea. And he goes, but you're aching to find out. I just love that. That whole scene was awesome.
It's so Bond.
That's all I have.
All right.
Yeah, the only one that stood out to me, and we already talked about it, which was, all right, are we going to order drinks or are we going to play poker or what? Some variation of that, like that, stood out to me as kind of a quotable line.
Two things I wrote down besides the name is Bond, James Bond. We talked about the drink order, that whole deal. We talked about the final poker showdown. Mm-hmm. That's a memorable scene in that movie, if you call it a scene. Also, and we did talk about this, but it bears repeating, the parkour chase throughout the beginning of the movie it holds up now and forever. It's really, really good.
You just keep saying parkour every 5 seconds.
Yeah. I mean,
it's amazing.
Him slipping through that little window is incredible.
I can't.
Oh, the one that's like 7 feet off the ground.
I can't believe it every time.
And it's like super narrow but wide.
Because he has a backpack on too.
Yeah.
Like he's not like a.
Yeah.
It's a 18-inch window.
He goes through Superman.
Oh, feet first.
He
goes feet. Yeah, he grabs a pipe.
He grabs the thing and he goes
like pikes through it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, but them climbing up the cranes and like the leaping from one crane to the other.
And
descent from that too.
The upper body strength is just incredible.
That's essentially the only CG in that movie is they did those jumps for real, but they were on wires. So they painted out the wires, but otherwise that was done. It wasn't like the whole thing was CG like it would be today. So.
Almost as much as I like the parkour part of it, I love Bond's sort of quick thinking to keep up with them.
Yeah.
Like
angles.
He's like running up the crane and Bond, drops the weight and he rides the cable up or
smashes the hydraulics to the
hydraulic line on the scissors lift to drop down.
Yeah. The other thing I never noticed before, but I was looking for it today because it is a movie from 2006 and it's not from the 90s, but it's not from 2019. I was looking for pacing cues and how it might be different. Bond in the 70s, 80s, even 90s, the pacing is slower and it's a different, all movies were different then.
Yeah.
And when you watch the Bonds from the 60s, they are slow.
Yeah.
But when you watch this one,
story, less action.
Right. But even like
there's not a, I don't recall the old James Bond, but there's not a lot of running.
No. So
you're right.
The physicality of
today,
James Bond is very different.
You would see Bond in one location saying, "I've got to go over here," and then cut, and you'll see him in the next position.
Right.
Place.
Yeah.
In the 60s and 70s, he'd say, "I have to go over here," and the camera would follow him walking those 100 yards over there. Like there was just wasted 3 minutes of film. You're like, I'm watching this guy in a fedora walking down the street. What the fuck are we doing? And that doesn't happen today. But so anyway, back to this movie. It was interesting because it wasn't quite as fast cut as I thought. There was a lot of fast cuts, of course, but in the transitions, they would hold on certain things and have subtle or not so subtle dissolves, but it was slower than it would be done today, but not as fast as it would have, or not as slow as it would have been done in the 80s or something. So anyway, all that stuff, I'm saying that because it kind of makes this movie a little bit timeless. And because it's 2006, people aren't wearing skinny jeans, but people aren't wearing wide lapel shirts in the 70s. It's kind of the fashion, the way it's cut, the way it's shot.
Right now,
it's kind of a timeless movie when you look at it. I was kind of surprised by that.
I also think
and I think there's some fashion that was a little bit retro
right.
also. So and as we talked about earlier, the fact that at the end of the movie he's wearing the suit that was worn in 64 or whatever it was.
If you watch this movie, if you had a time machine and watched this movie in 1988 or 2015. I think it holds up either way. Like there's not a lot of dating of this movie other than the one thing we watched it last night. The one thing I pointed out is this is a very specific time to say 2000 to 2008 before iPhones, where everyone's cell phone is completely different. Everything is different. They have tiny little Sony Ericssons. They have big, boxy,
that's
white
the only
things.
thing that sets it in a time is the phone.
They're
cell
weird,
phones.
but like,
and the computers.
If you look now, everyone's phone is basically the same size and shape. But back then, they're different shapes. They're different thicknesses. They're different heights and widths. They're different colors. The screens are vastly different. Like it's an insane time for cell phones in 2006. It kind of took me out of the movie for a second. Then I'm like, I don't care. Who cares? Whatever. But it's a timeless movie except for that one thing. What do you think, Eric? Am I off my rocker or am I right on?
No, I would agree with that.
Yeah.
I think that there's extremes to this movie as far as the high action scenes to the sitting at a poker table.
Yeah.
So I like that they flip it back and forth.
The pacing of the poker is, it's a long
poker scene. It's like a half hour of the movie.
Yeah.
it's arguably too long, right? But it kind of works.
Yeah.
You need a break from some of that.
Well,
action.
it at least it goes in line with the fact that it's called Casino Royale. Like that's supposed to be like a big thing, but
all right. So
to make a poker scene that's that long, that interesting for the general public, as opposed to the people that love to play poker.
Yeah, I could have done with 47 more minutes of poker, but
so
to see the amazing hands that come through.
Yeah, obviously the opening scene is amazing with the parkour and all the chase and
parkour.
But I think also we're not really talking about the end where they actually collapsed a building in Venice.
Oh yeah.
And how did it not hit the other buildings?
Yeah. They.
That's all CGI.
It's all miniatures, composited in. But it's Allison makes fun of me when I say this phrase, but this term. It's a bigature. It's a big miniature. It's
bigature.
It's not 100 feet tall, but it is 20 feet tall, or it's some giant amount. It's not like can fit on your desk. It's a big giant miniature where they did the whole thing and. When we were in Venice 2 years ago now, a year and a half now,
we kept trying to look for like exactly where this was.
I think we went by it on one of the boats. So much of it looks the same. I don't know, but we were close enough that you could see where it could have happened. It didn't happen, but it was in miniatures. Yeah, it was awesome. It's great. So Venice and Bahamas were used a lot in this movie, and they are used throughout the Bond history. I mean, Bond
that's like the film
is always in the Bahamas or in Venice or whatever. And where Fleming wrote this book and most of the books was in his place in the Bahamas called Goldeneye.
So in any other Bond movie, is Bond, do they actually... Is he really in love with any? I don't think he is.
He gets married.
He's the only one.
He gets married to Jesus.
Who? Which
Diana Rigg.
What was her character name?
In which Bond?
On Her Majesty's Secret Service.
I'm bad with the movies, but yeah.
The one with George. The only one with George Lazenby.
Oh, the first one.
He gets married to her, and at the end of the movie, she's killed, or is it the first of the next movie? She's
at killed? The end of the movie, they're essentially driving away from the ceremony.
So he found a new love of his life, got married, she was killed, and then that's it. Okay. Her name was like Laura Bond or something.
This is the only other one that there is actually like Bond's in love with the female character. Lead.
So the movie we're about to see in October, hopefully, if this fucking thing holds up.
So it's supposed to
from the last movie, it seems like it appears that they're going down this path of they may be married in the next movie and she gets killed and then
they're recreating it.
I'm not sure about that, but that may be one of the plot points of this next movie is to parallel the other stuff. So anyway, all right, we're well down the home stretch.
Yeah. The only other thing I would just comment, and it struck me with
what are you doing?
It struck me while watching the movie the first time, and it still catches me every time, which is her like intentionally like killing killing herself.
It's kind of weird.
It's kind of weird, but that drowning scene is good, but it's a little disturbing.
It's pretty intense.
I mean, I'm like, oh, that really is how that would kind of work of drowning. Like you don't really think about drowning and the mechanics of it, and that is
of the ways to die. That's one of the ones I don't want to do.
I don't want to do that either.
I've heard that supposedly you have an orgasm when you drown by asphyxiation. It's autoerotic asphyxiation.
Yeah.
So maybe that's part of it. Why she couldn't move.
I think the terror might override my other senses, but
I mean that when I watched this movie though, that scene always kind of that stuck with me. Really intense.
And certainly in 2006, it was. I hadn't seen a drowning scene like that before, right?
pretty intense.
Agreed. Yeah.
And there's no way he can hold his breath that long.
No.
There's a lot of movies where that is the case. Like you try to hold your breath while they're doing that, whatever is happening.
Granted,
and you can't. And
Bond is not the average person, but the average person can hold it for a minute.
Yeah.
If you're
free divers
relatively good,
around 5.
Right. So let's put Bond at 2.5 minutes.
Because he's more than
practiced.
He was down for an hour and a half, I think.
And it's like the gate was open on the elevator. It seems like he could go
you
in.
also
But
have to remember they're like expending energy, like pulling on stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
Like there's just
I don't know.
And he's just like he's constantly screaming, and you can just see all the air rushing out of his mouth.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
All those bubbles.
She committed suicide.
Yeah.
But the funniest thing to me was at the end when he finally drags her out and they show him, he's like on top of the building that's submerged, and it's still bubbling.
Yeah.
Like, okay, how much air is that?
Yeah.
Come on.
Right.
Yeah, that whole scene though was really that whole thing was really good. It was well done.
Amazing.
2 standard last questions for all these podcasts. Okay. We all know the answer. I don't even. I should just bypass them, but just for the sake of doing it, I'm going to ask the questions.
Okay.
Would this movie work today? Of fucking course it would.
Yeah, right. I mean, it's a no-brainer.
What are we talking about? What would you want to see in a sequel if there isn't one already? Well, there's any number of sequels or prequels to this, so whatever. I'm gonna see. I could go on a tangent that would lead us down the 4-hour path. I'm gonna try to avoid that, but in a nutshell, the next movie notwithstanding, the Bond I want to see is the 20-something Bond who's in the training and does the things that lead up to Casino Royale.
Agreed.
I want to see the prequel of Bond at the facilities.
Jason Bourne before he's
Jason Bourne
working with Q.
Yeah, doing his first missions. He's 10 years before his 00.
Yeah.
He's figuring out tradecraft. He's making mistakes. I want to see that guy.
Like, what happens if his gun of choice was like a Luger, but they convince him that he needs to go to...
Do you know Bond's gun of choice, is my question. You should know...
PPK.
Who's the maker?
PPK.
Walther.
Yeah.
I can't find it. Specific.
There's a number too, I think.
I know.
I don't remember what it is though.
Is it like the P99?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure. Oh, God damn it! I wrote it down. I can't fucking.
Would you like my glasses?
No, thank you.
He's got his in his holster.
Author PPK. Blah blah blah. I wrote it down, but I almost crossed it out because no one wants to hear about it. Okay. This is the final James Bond movie to use the Walther P99.
Oh, P99, okay.
The original gun was the Walther PPK.
Okay.
It became the P99, I forget how long ago.
I don't even know the difference. I'd have to look those up.
And after Casino Royale, it reverted to the PPK in Quantum of Solace, the very next movie. Doesn't matter, but it matters. Okay. Now we are... to the finale.
Oh my God.
Finally, it's only been 16 hours.
It was the PPK, and then what was the one in the actual movie?
P99.
Thank you.
Which, when you and I go buy guns, we're going to go buy Walters because we're going to do the James Bond shit.
Tell the difference between the two. There's the P99.
Who cares?
As far as you and I are concerned, they're exactly the same.
Yeah.
Because
one's pointy.
You pull a trigger and then something comes out the front.
Yeah.
It's the game show that is sweeping the country. It's the How Much Are They Worth game.
And now, let's play the How Much Are They Worth game.
Ooh, you ready for this? This is where you have to rise and shine.
Yep.
My friend.
No
this is my game, and anyone listening to this podcast knows I'm the worst possible player at this game, historically. Although I'm on a bit of a run the last, let's say, 4 to 5.
I've been careful talking about it.
I know. I talked about it last time, and I got
blown off the
All right.
playing
I'm
field.
sorry, I'm still looking at gun paper.
All right, gun boy. All right,
All right.
Mads Mikkelsen. You know him as Le Chiffre,
Yes.
Okay.
an Irish guy. Oh wait, no, French guy.
Dutch.
No, I'm just kidding. Mads Jacob Mikkelsen. I'm just making that up. What is his net worth according to celebrityworth.com?
I mean, I'm just
Let's think about.
You have to kind of write it down.
Oh,
Like, think about it, write it down.
You got to write it down because we don't want to.
You can't be influenced by somebody else.
We're trying to avoid prices writing each other where you say 20 million and she says 19 just because to fuck with you.
I don't have, but I have a number in my head.
Yeah.
Right.
Mads Mikkelsen. Oh,
I'm going to change it. All right. I got it. I got one.
okay. Hang on. He did Bond. He's done some other movies. He's done some TV work, like Netflix type
More
stuff.
information that I didn't have.
He was Hannibal Lecter in the.
Lecter, right?
Okay.
I have a number.
I'm not changing my number. I still have it.
I don't know. I'm not.
I have a number.
I'm gonna go with. Hang on.
Increasing what I thought it was, but okay.
All right. Brendan, tell us who's going first.
Let me write my number down before I say that. I don't feel strong about this one whatsoever. I have a number. Eric, go first.
I'll say 15.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm way under that.
Oh
Eric's got 15.
Oh my God.
Allison's got.
I've got 3.
I have 11.
Oh my God.
1.75.
1.75
Oh
for
my
Ian.
God.
Mads Horatio Mikkelsen.
Ratio.
That's my thing is I just throw in stupid middle names. Someone's very close. Very, very close.
Not me then. 'Cause I'm way
Is a Danish actor who has a net worth of $14 million.
Oh my gosh. Good for him. Wow.
Eric wins bastard.
Wow.
Eric.
I didn't think there's any way a European actor, which I barely know.
He's kind of working a lot on some B-level projects.
You know what my comparison was? Off the top of my head, she's an SNL actor. She's in Our Brothers, Our Idiot Brother.
Oh.
I can't think of it. She looks like another SNL actor.
Wow.
You're killing me, Smalls.
Yeah, I'll come up in a second. But she's been in everything, and her net worth is $2 million.
Yeah.
There's no way this guy is.
We've had a few that were like, oh, he or she will be at some awesome
The good
number.
news, I will forever be the record holder of being wrong.
Allison, over or under?
I overestimated somebody's net worth by $500 million.
$500 million? I feel pretty good then.
Good news, you will never be that bad.
I was only 13 and a quarter off.
It was Scorsese, right?
Yeah. I guessed his gross box office versus his net worth.
Yeah.
All right.
Catherine Hahn. You know who Catherine
Hahn is?
Yeah.
She's in everything.
She's in
net worth $2 million.
Really?
How's that possible?
Well, she's in WandaVision.
That's why there's no way I think like this guy. There's no way he's 15 million.
That number should be 10.
Right? She's hilarious.
Okay.
All right. Next
Dame
one.
Judi.
Ooh.
Don't call me Knuckles.
This is going to be hard.
Dench.
Okay.
Okay. There's the what should she be at and what is she at situation.
Hang on. How do you spell Dench?
On a tangent, Tracy Ullman's impersonation of Judi Dench that she's been doing recently is gold.
Gold.
Absolute gold.
That's awesome.
Oh, God. Judi Dench.
Judith.
She has been in so many things.
Dench.
All right. I got a
Dame.
number. I want it to be bigger than the number I put
Duke
down,
and Duchess.
I'm just shooting in the dark. I'm going off of nothing.
Okay.
I've got a number, but I want it to be bigger.
I gotta write it
Do
down.
we have to do it in euros?
This site is dollars, so do your mental conversion.
Wait, what's the Brexit? What is?
Yeah.
Yeah. Carry the Brexit.
So she's in her mid-30s, right? So
what?
I know, she has such a long career. I can't do the math. I don't know what she's done before, like
She's
Shakespeare in Love.
86 years old.
Oh my God.
She's got Betty White money.
Oh my God.
She could have residuals for 50 years. I have no idea.
This should be the highest one out of anyone we talk about tonight.
No way.
Just based on her age.
There's one that's at her.
Oh, okay.
You know the answer. Okay, I have a number. Allison, you start.
I want it to be higher than this, but I'm going to guess 35.
I'm way over that. Eric, what do you got?
40.
I had 37.
Oh my God.
I'm at 55.
Ooh, I hope you're right.
Dame.
I think it may be close to 100 though.
Judi.
I want it to be.
She should be that way.
Judi Knuckles Dench. Has a net worth of $45 million.
Oh my God.
Eric, again.
What did he have?
He had 40. Damn it, $45 million.
Oh, close.
Oh my God.
We were all pretty good. 35, 37, 40, 55. All right, Ian, you're a little high, but
We were all in the ballpark.
yeah. All right.
I still think it should be more than that.
I totally agree.
Maybe she did coke for a while.
Yeah, no kidding.
Jeffrey Wright.
Jeffrey Wright.
Which?
Who is? Oh no, that's Chalky White. Jeffrey Wright, who
Westworld.
is
Felix,
famous for saying the Libyans on Boardwalk Empire.
No idea.
He's been in a lot of things in the past 15 years. Probably. You started recognizing his face with this movie, probably Casino Royale. At least I did.
Yeah.
Westworld.
Consistently working, Westworld, Boardwalk, Casino Royale, a bunch of movies, but not necessarily a leading role. He's sort of a supporting actor.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put him at.
Yeah, so Westworld, Casino Royale, Quantum of Solace,
Yeah,
Shaft. He is in the Hunger Games.
I've got a number.
I got a number 2.
I have a number.
Ian, you have a number?
Yeah, I mean, I'm shooting. I don't know him at all, but yeah.
Let me write. Hang on. Before I hit it. Jeffrey.
You said he was in Boardwalk Empire. Was he in the full?
He was in
part of the season.
Probably
season.
2 or 3 seasons.
And out of
two seasons.
7?
Out of
how many were there?
Was there 7 seasons? 6. Boardwalk.
Boardwalk?
Might have been 5 seasons.
I think it's 5.
Okay.
6 or 7.
No, just curious.
Yeah, he was a significant player, but not a major
5
player.
seasons.
I'll say that. 5 seasons. Yeah.
Yep. I got a number.
All right, Ian, what's your number?
18 million.
Ooh.
18 for Ian. Al, what's your number?
30.
I've got 22. Eric, what's your number? Jeffrey Wright. Eric?
10.
Oh, I can't hear you.
10.
10. Sorry.
Oh my God.
10.
10.
Either Allison's
Shit.
way off or
What did you say?
Eric's way off.
30.
Jeffrey Bartholomew Wright has a net worth of $8 million.
Damn it.
Eric takes it again.
God.
That's 3 for 3, Eric. Are you cheating?
Nope. I am not.
I am nope.
I don't want to jinx it, but you have the potential to run the board.
Oh my God.
You get 2 more, and this is the greatest performance in the history of the world.
All right, who's next?
Eva Green.
Oh.
a Frenchie attempting a British accent semi-successfully. She stumbles on some words for sure in this movie. When she says, if you lose, you will have directly financed terrorism. She may or may not have been speaking English there because it's a little garbled there.
Was she in GoldenEye?
No.
Are you sure?
No.
She was in Quantum of Solace, though. Oh, video game.
She lived and died in Casino Royale, as far as the movie is concerned.
All right, I have a number.
She was in the that dopey movie we were talking about, Al, that the kids like Peregrine.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. She was in that. Oh.
She was in the second the comic book movie. It wasn't not 300, not
Sin City.
Sin City, not, the second Sin City, right? She's in that one.
She's in Dark Shadows.
Yeah. I mean, she's working significantly, but she's European, so I did a bunch of Europe stuff too.
I wish she was in my house.
Euphoria. She's got a GoldenEye credit on her.
It's got to be video game. It's got to be the video game.
Yeah.
It's the movie.
There's no way.
Okay.
I'm just saying, there's no way.
Well, they like to put her
possible.
in. I don't see GoldenEye. I see the Golden Compass.
Yeah. Her age wouldn't have put her. I mean, maybe she was a teenager and an extra of some sort. But
she's 40 right now, so she's been an earner for a while.
Yeah. The GoldenEye was 90, whatever.
I'm ready. Right? I'll shoot out a number.
I think.
I've got a number.
I'm not strong about it. Eric, what's your number?
Yeah, make him
25.
That's way high.
I've got 15. Ian?
8.
That's exactly what I have. 8.
Al has 8.
I was going to say 7.5. That's fine. I changed to 8 at the last second.
I have 8.
Eva.
I had 10, but I wrote 8.
M.F. Green. Where's my alarm? Someone has hit it on the head.
Yes.
And when you nail it exactly, you get double points. 2 points.
Better not be Eric.
Eva Green is not worth $15 million. Eva Green is not worth $25 million. Eva Green is worth $8 million.
Woo!
Eric and Allison get double points.
Ian and I.
I'm sorry, Ian and Allison get double points.
Yeah, dude.
So the score is Eric 3, Ian 3, 2, and Allison 2.
Yes.
And me 0.
Suck it.
Sir, turn that off. You're breaking protocol.
So going into the last round, it's a game. Made a game of it for the last round.
It's 3-2.
Hey, by the way, I'm glad I was going to say 7.5. I'm glad I changed it at the last second.
If one of you gets this, then we go to an extra question.
Yep. Bonus round.
Unless you nail it, then you win.
Right.
Outright. If Eric gets it in any way, he wins. If I get it, I win just by default.
Can I just tell you this whole game depresses me because I don't make shit?
My number is such a small fraction. It's ridiculous. Okay. Daniel, don't call me Radcliffe, Craig. James Bond. He's been in a...
Okay, so it's how many James Bonds has he been in? 3 or 4?
So we've got
Skyfall, Spectre.
Let's start from the beginning. Casino Royale.
Right.
Casino Royale.
Quantum
4 released, 5 in the can.
Skyfall, and Spectre. And then 1 more in the can. 5 total.
He's got that. He was in
Golden Compass, or whatever that.
He was in Elizabeth.
Elizabeth. He was in the Angelina Jolie video
Knives
game.
Out.
Oh, I forgot he was in Knives
Out.
Girl with the dragon tattoo.
He's worth
It's showing a GoldenEye credit.
It's video game. You weren't looking up for the video game.
Yeah, there's lots of video game credits.
It is.
He was in Road to Perdition.
Road to Perdition, yeah.
Okay, I'm clicking on it.
He was in Lara Croft.
Clicking on the GoldenEye. And
Knives Out.
Yeah, Road to Perdition.
He was in. What's the movie with the Follow the Yellow Brick Road?
Wizard of Oz.
He was in Wizard of Oz.
With the original?
He was in.
What?
He worked with Laurel and Hardy.
Come on. Laurel and Hardy in the 30s.
He was a stand-in for Buster Keaton. I don't think you know that. He also played Superman in the 70s. Yeah, he's been all over the place.
All right, I got a number.
I can't even comprehend a number at this point. So far, just for the record, the biggest number we have of anybody. Oh my God, I didn't write down Jeffrey Wright. What was he? 15 or something? Let's say
Jeffrey
15.
Wright was 8. He was worth 8.
Oh, okay. 8. The biggest number was Judi Dench at 45.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's not gonna be.
Dan Craig.
Yep.
I call him Dan Boy.
All right.
Danny.
He's known by his rapper name of D Sizzle. Did you know that?
No.
Raps.
All right, well, I'm just saying. I'm gonna put him down for.
All right.
I got a number.
But just write it down.
I got it. I got a number. Ian, start. Your Daniel Craig number.
150 million.
Damn it. If you are even close, I am fucked. Now, I hope you're right. I am fucked. Allison, what's your number?
70. I think I'm low.
My number? 71.
Oh,
no way.
Eric, what's your number?
80.
Oh, I'm way
Jerks.
over. I'm way over.
You might not be. If Pierce Brosnan was going to get 30 mil
That's what I put. I was like, he's been in all these movies.
Daniel.
And the video game. He probably got paid more for the video games.
Lewis's Craig the third has a net worth of 100 and
I already win.
60.
Oh my God.
Oh.
Ian gets that and ties with Eric.
We have a tie.
Oh, nice.
Brennan has a 0.
I have a 0, as I should, because I am the worst player at my own game. All right, we did Lashif, we did M, we did Felix, we did Vesper, we did Bond.
Who's left?
Ian Fleming.
I would have
Mathers.
That's got to be hundreds of millions, I would think. The statewide.
Is the director
We
somebody
could do Mathis.
All right.
We could do Mathis or the director.
I don't know who the
Mathis is an actor. He will be on
He's
here.
a character actor. Yeah. Okay,
I've seen him in
Yeah.
3 things,
Yeah.
maybe, including this movie.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Do we all get to play?
No, well, I mean, we can, but the winners, I mean,
Yeah. But
if we do,
I get it on the
him
nose.
and I should do ours
No.
first.
You're done.
What?
You didn't make the finals. I didn't make the finals either.
Sad face.
Eric and Ian, would you prefer?
Jeffrey Wright is the CIA guy.
Yeah.
Character. Okay.
Would you prefer Mathis, the French actor, or would you
Renee,
prefer
Hiding the bodies.
the director?
I don't know who the director is.
Let's do Mathers.
Mathis. Renee.
Johnny Mathis.
Renee.
Mathis. Okay.
Hide the bodies.
I gotta find his name.
What's his name? It's Jeffrey.
No, that's Felix.
Oh, what's his name?
I'm gonna find out the actor's name in a second.
Wait, I think I had it written down.
He's in A Walk Among the Clouds or something like that.
Oh, he is?
He was also in one of the Eric, one of the
he was in Hannibal.
The Lambs. Hannibal.
He was in Hannibal.
He was also in Hannibal, as was our guy.
Giancarlo Giannini.
Oh my God! Hang on. Don't look him up. I mean, I don't want you to find his.
No, I'm just looking at what he's been in. Not
Giancarlo Giannini. Okay.
Man on Fire, Mimic. Catcher Was a Spy.
I like this guy. He's good. I've only seen him in a few things, but he's good. All right, we need to wrap this up because it's getting long. Okay. You know him as Mathis. We know him as Giancarlo Giannini. What's his net worth, Allison?
I get to play?
No, sorry, Eric.
I did write a number down though, just in case.
For a second.
3
million for Eric?
I'm way over that. 25 million.
25 million.
Can I go on the
Allison,
record?
just for shits and giggles?
I have 7.
All right. It's closest to. That's what we've always played, right?
Oh, I should have.
I mean, it's closest to. If it was equal, we haven't had that, but for future episodes, this doesn't apply here, but in the future, if you're both 7 million away, under wins.
Okay.
For the tiebreaker.
What was Eric's guess again?
Eric guessed 3. You guessed 25.
I shouldn't have gone that high.
Giancarlo Giannini's net worth is 10 million.
Shouldn't have gone that high.
Allison would have won, but she didn't qualify. Eric wins 4-3 in the tiebreaker.
Nice job, Eric.
Wow. Yay!
I pulled up his IMDb, and he has 167 credits.
He's like a character actor.
It's got to be 20 million.
He's
at
a
least.
character actor that fits that guy. Oh, that guy is in this movie.
You see him now and then. We probably didn't recognize him 20 years ago,
I should have
right?
said 12.
Yeah.
But still wouldn't have got me that win though.
He's French. He's probably even appeared in a bunch of European stuff we may not have seen. I mean, who knows? But yeah, 10 million for that guy.
Good one.
Any closing statements on Casino?
Bond, we love it.
Casino Royale.
It's the best of the Bond movies, with the possible exception of Skyfall.
For 15 years, it's been in my top 5 of my all-time movies of all time.
Yeah.
Skyfall it's catching up a little bit. If I'm going to replace a Bond, it's going to be with a Bond, and that's my closest contender, I think.
Yeah. Skyfall's a lot more gritty, a lot more
It's really good, though. It's so really good.
It's less action, more substance.
Yeah, it's a different animal than this one.
Totally different. It's the most obscure one, I think.
It's a movie we may do here. The recasting, we may just forego it.
The way they filmed it, too, even is gritty. It's
different director, the whole deal.
Yeah.
I mean, it leads into these last 3 movies. Eric, any closing thoughts on Casino Royale?
I couldn't find a place for Charlie Day.
I know.
I love Charlie Day.
I thought about Charlie Day as the bald guy with Rashid.
Hilarious.
It's not going to work.
Or what about, he could have been one of the valet guys.
Yeah.
He could have been Guy Smiley from Switzerland.
He could have been the banker. He could have been the Smiley banker.
Yeah.
He's the guy that's shooting in the little dog tracker.
We had a whole scenario last night. We had developed a whole scenario for this guy who was shooting in the tracker into Bond's forearm. He's like a subcontractor. He's just working his ass off. He's like, dude, he's no nonsense. He says nothing and just gets to work and injects Bond and he's out. But we're like, dude, I gotta be in Switzerland in like 3 hours, so hurry up and let's go. Or he's
chipping dogs.
He is the go-to veterinarian for the Bahamas, and he is just chipping dogs and cats and horses all over the place. And Bond's just one of his dudes. Like he's just all right.
Yep.
Sorry, you've got the same chip as my cat. Yep. So let's go.
Brendan, thank you for hosting. Great, great facilitation.
Oh, thank you. All right, that's it.
It's a good one. This was a fun one.
Eric, congratulations! You crushed it.
Thanks.
Son of a-